says hi.
Why does Max actually hate you?
Because he went to prison.
Did you know about Cape Fear before? Did you see one of those movies, or you went to this project point blank only with the script that you read for the first time?
I had seen the 91 version young and I hadn't really remembered it, but as soon as I booked it, I rewatched it and then I saw the 62 version.
Yeah, I'd seen both before I got the audition in and I hadn't done it yet, and I watched both films before I even did the audition because I sort of realized that it was a TV format and a different reworking of the story and everything. So I just wanted to like feel the energy of Cape Fear, which I was surprised I'd never actually watched either of them before, and I loved watching both of them. They're incredible movies, and it was an honor to be part of sort of a broader version of those incredible stories.
So I'm curious, who was more devilish and more scary? Robert De Niro in the Scorsese one, or Javier Bardem when you saw him on the set?
I'm biased, but I think Javier 1000%, because Javier has this, he's very good at talking to people, and he's super charming that like when he switches, it's really unsettling and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I am like the biggest De Niro fan, so it's hard for me to say, but I would also say because Javier has 10 episodes to show how devious and manipulative his character is, he for sure he takes the cake there.
So I'm curious, what was your first scene with him? Like, when did you first see him in the costume and in the role? Because I can imagine that he's different before the action is called. And so I'm curious, what was your first scene and what was your first reaction?
Was the gala before the... Mm-hmm. Okay. Mine was, I don't know if I can really say, but my first scene with him was in a room where he's talking to a lot of people, and even just his presence there and all of he wears eye contact glasses. What are they called?
Lenses, contact lenses.
Contact lenses. And he has all these tattoos, and he just like has this energy as soon as he walks into a room. And him and Amy are so good at playing cat and mouse.
Yeah, I wasn't there that day, sadly. But I think my first day with Javier was, we were by the pool by the pool at the Bowden's house, and I come back home at the end of episode 1, and I remember seeing him there on set, and I was concentrating quite a lot that day because I was quite nervous about that day, and I just remember like seeing him there, and the presence he has when he's on set is pretty immense when he's in character. When he's out of character, he's just like the nicest guy you've ever met in your life. But when he's in character, he like gives off this like animalistic heat,
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel it when you're in a scene with him, even if you're not interacting with him, and it's really quite incredible. So I remember being kind of taken aback by that on that day, even though I was pretty locked in on what I had to do. I was still like, whoa, that's pretty crazy.
But now I'm remembering, we also did like an intimate table read, the family and Javier. So we also got to see him before we got to set, just as like Javier, and then like we're just reading, so it's not that intense. And then that switch going on to set and like seeing his magic was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What tips did Martin Scorsese give you? Because I heard that he pumped up on your Zoom read one time.
I don't think he gave any. He was just happy with how the table read went. I think it was a pretty crazy moment though when his face popped up
because it was on a flat screen. It was
on a huge
screen.
flat screen. And all of a sudden, I was like, Martin, and And it was that was pretty crazy. I was a bit overwhelmed because we were sat there all of a sudden, just arrived in Atlanta.
Joe are like, do you have something in your throat? Like,
yeah, and then all of a sudden Scorsese pops up on a huge screen in the corner of the room and starts saying hello, or trying to say hello. I think he was on mute actually.
Yeah.
At the beginning, and everyone was like, "You're on mute," which actually broke the ice slightly because I was freaking out. But it was okay. I think he enjoyed the table read and was just excited for us all to get going.